straight into our interview for this week. So Aussies Abroad, one of our segments, but as we said, we're going to go around the world and have a yarn to some of the Aussies plying their trade outside of Australia. So on the blower, we've got the butcher himself, Eddie Quirk. Quirky, how are you, brother?
Yeah, good boys. How we doing? I think the
living the
butcher, stems all the way back to a fake name that someone made, the abattoir Quirk.
Yeah,
Ago, so
that's
good
what
to hear
it was.
again.
That's exactly what it was. What is it, the Redlands Abattoir or something like that?
What a great Facebook page that was.
Yeah, I got my dad to make it.
Well, Quirky, mate, thanks for joining us. We know you've got training in just a little under an hour, but how's it going over in Japan? You've obviously been there for a few years now. You're obviously loving it.
And it's good. It's, look, Dos and Dal have both experienced it a lot. It's awesome culture, good part of the world. And, look, I've sort of come back every year just because I've loved it and enjoyed it. And I've loved the style of footy here. Been lucky enough to do Super as well as the top league here, so I sort of got the best of both worlds in a way. Got the travel and then got the Japanese experience. So, mate, I've had no reason to leave at the moment, unless there was a Wallaby call-up, but that would never happen. But, yeah, so I'm just seeing my days
Stranger things have happened,
here.
Edward. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, Nick Phipps played 72 odd tests, mate.
Quirky, Dossie here, mate. It's mate.
Hello,
good to see
Dos.
you. You obviously, mate. You've obviously found yourself a good barber over there in Japan, looking sharp.
I've actually faded myself up.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Gosh.
No, I swear. It's called Quicky's Cuts. Mate, I know you're probably going to ask me about my Japanese in a minute, but mate, you try to
me
tell
too
a
well,
barber
mate.
to do a zero fade. As soon as I walk in, the first question they ask me is, "Do you dye your beard?" And I just tell them to fuck off, and I walk out. So.
And then they laugh and go, Siri rounder.
Oh, brilliant stuff, Quirky. Mate, I've just got a couple of questions. Firstly, you talk about going back to Japan every year. Obviously, in COVID, you haven't been able to take the family back. You've been away from them for so long. So, yeah, mate, I just want to ask you, as a mate, like, how you going over there without them? You obviously got two beautiful young kids. And beautiful Maddie here in Brizzy, holding the fort down. She's a tough girl, old Maddie Quirk. But yeah, mate, how's everything going? How are the kids?
Thanks for asking, mate. No, as you said, it's pretty hard. We had my daughter over here, and then sort of COVID hit, and then they shot back home. We're actually pregnant with our young fella Harry, and he was born on get this right, 1st of October, and I left that week. And I spent, it would have been 10 and a half, 11 months away from him. So I sort of had to go in and do the whole handshake thing. And how you going? I'm your old man.
You went out to get some milk.
Yeah, he came back.
Your dad had the similar conversation with you, didn't he?
Yeah, 100%. I said, I'm going out to get some sushi and I'll be back. And,
Get stuck in Roppongi.
yeah. Oh. So, yeah, look, it's been tough. And as you said, Mads is an absolute rock. She's running a business at the moment and got the two kids. So she's just put the hand up and charged it. And as my brothers call me, distance dad. So I try to touch out as much as I can. And, yeah, look, the world's opening up a bit more. So it should be able to, they'll be able to come over here for a bit and I'll be able to get home. But I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Thanks, Dos.
Good to hear. Hope you it'll be good to catch up for a beer when you're back in Brizzy.
Thanks,
And I
mate.
guess the other thing, you've been in Japan now for 6 or 7 years. You're the only Gaijin, which is the foreigner, in your Japanese team. I mean, surely you can say more than hello now in Japanese.
Nah, mate, I'm still battling. Hey.
Come on, man. Give us something. Give us something.
Oh, look, yeah, it's literally I am the only guy, and we've got a young Tongan guy who speaks pretty good Japanese as well. But
How's his English?
mate, first day on the job. First day on the job, they say a speech, and I just stood there for about a minute, and I just said, oh, "Fuck, sorry, boys, I'm still terrible." And one of the boys said, "But you've been here for about 8 years," and I just said,
it's a hard language.
shut
It's
up.
a hard language. It's a hard language. I'll give that to you.
Mate, it's tough. Look, I have tried. I'm not as good as Dallin. Word on the street just before I got to Cannon. Dallin had his sayonara. There's my Japanese word for the day. Speech, and mate, apparently Dal just 5 minutes speech off the bat, all in Nihon, all in Japanese, and apparently, mate, he brought tears to the boys' eyes, and so if anything, mate, Dal, we should swap places, mate, because you're fluent and I'm not.
Do people ever confuse you for Dal over there, Quirky? Surely you stick out like dog's nuts on a hot day walking around Japan.
You're literally the opposite.
Yeah.
And look, to be honest,
Gojira!
No, well, one of the boys actually called me the devil the other day, and so I bit him, and he was kind of, look, I get some, probably not so much in Tokyo, but here in Hiroshima, obviously with what's happened, I roll around the street, and a lot of people probably think I'm American, with the army bases and that being out here, so I get some rude looks, and I give them back for sure, but look, to be, there's not a lot of foreigners out here, so when I'm rolling the street, I do get the I get some good old stares, which is nice. I usually bark at them, so that might be another bit of a weird thing. So.
Good stuff, Edward.
Oh. Quirky Dal, how are you, mate? Good?
You let him answer?
Yeah, good, thanks.
I watched last week's show, and did you get that off Freeney's script?
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, mate? Literally, just a little story. I saw Friends. I was driving down Abbotsford Road, not down that deep, seeing Friends down that deep of Abbotsford Road, but I actually saw him coming out of the sushi shop there on Oriole Road, and he didn't see me, but he had, I'd say, maybe $120 worth of spring rolls.
Yes. So what, 4 plates?
And it was in his work gear, and I was on the horn, Friends, and he would have waved, but he was, mate, chock-a-block, had the neck and the hand hold on the spring rolls. So, Friends, it's really good to see you, buddy. It's been a while.
Hey, I've got a Japanese word for the day, Quirky. It's Friends here, by the way. It's kancho. Have you ever played that game?
Yeah, mate, I play it every week at training. That's one of the warm-up games we have here. So,
well, it's when they bend over and they go, kancho! Straight up the arse. Yeah.
I'm looking to bring it back. Hopefully bring it back to Australian rugby and so on.
Hopper, it was very frowned upon when Hopper did it, so I reckon we can do it. We can bring it back.
That was a different time, man.
Yeah, it's a different time.
That was a different time.
How are you pulling up, mate? How's the old knee? Was it your knee? That was
knees.
Yeah, it is, mate. I'm if you ask us, so I'm already arthritic in both knees and just ticked over the 3-0. So I've actually got a members card with Petey Myers there at Wesley. So, and it's sort of why I moved to the north side, because he's actually a couple of streets over from me. So, no, mate, I'm hanging on. We had a good win actually on the weekend, and been getting 80 minutes in. So the body's actually holding up. So if there's any Super Rugby teams, give us a go.
Are you sporting the old ASICS career savers for training?
No, I actually haven't, mate. I've been lucky enough.
I'll give you another 10 years, mate. I'm telling you.
Yeah, as I've heard, and they're also a good casual shoe as well.
They're big time brothel creepers, eh?
Yeah. Mate, 100%. Mate, James Hall used to wear them out.
His number ones.
Yeah, he'd wear them to the cloakroom to get through.
Quirky. So over there, obviously, you're a big part of the team, being the only guys in. You'd be a big part of the coaching setup. Is it something that you want to move into post-footy?
Yeah, definitely. I've actually been tucking into my coaching course through the QRU, actually, just to learn a bit more, as well as try to help out as much as I can while I'm over here with my team. And look, if I wander back in, I'd love to help out any way I can in any system, whether it's the school system or whatever. And then I'll sort of chance my hand at doing a bit of business development as well through the wife's business. So, mate, I am doing coaching defence and the line out. That's probably why we're getting pumped in those areas every week.
Because you can't speak Japanese.
because they just got no clue what I'm saying and I got no clue what I'm doing. So, especially a good recipe. So, but look, I do want to learn more, and I think I'd be able to connect with the young fellas coming back to Brisbane, whether it's club rugby or in that sort of Reds Academy setup as well.
Quirky, thanks so much for joining us, brother. We wish you all the best over there in Japan, and hopefully next time you get back, we can get you in the studio live, brother. We really appreciate it.
For a couple of conchos.
Mate, I'm handing them out for free.
Why are you pushing back, friends?
Don't king shame. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, Quirky. All the best, brother.
Mate, appreciate it.
Oh, man.
Love you.
Thanks, brother.